two, one, action. Good morning, everyone, or hello, world. I am your host, Kimberly Calhoun with IBM TV, and today we are bringing to you Universal News. And with me today, I have our amazing Nicholas Palaveda, and founder of IBM TV. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
And we also have the amazing and wonderful Ankit Kandawal from India, who is also our executive producer of our health channel. Good morning, Ankit.
Good morning. Hi, everyone.
And of course, our wonderful and amazing Mr. Willie Hill, all the way from down under in Australia, and also our executive producer of Startup in Australia. Welcome, Willie.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, guys, today what we are going to do is bring to the world what is the most current and trending problem that we have. And that is, let's get our faces up. As you know, I'm having a little, there we go. Had all this pre-programmed this morning. Anyway, let's talk about the coronavirus and what's going on with the coronavirus, because it's impacting the whole world, not just the US, not just, well, Australia or India, but China and where it began. There's so much information out there about it. I think some of it is not accurate. I was watching the news the other night. I was very irritated with it because they would give you 1 minute information and then 3 minutes of commercials, and then by the time they came back, I forgot what I was trying to learn. And about the only thing I got out of a 1 hour session was stand 10 feet away from people and wash your hands every 5 minutes. So, all right, Nick, what can you share with us that what we need to know about the coronavirus? Oh gosh, we lost you.
I was going to discuss the fires in Australia and what it has to do with a coronavirus. So Willie Hill, since you're from Australia, remember you had those fires last year, right?
Yes.
And nobody could contain them. And then in comes this big storm with all this rains, and all the fires went out, right? Isn't that what happened down under?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me tell you my opinion of what's going to happen. Okay, at least reading through this stuff. If you look at the global map of the coronavirus, there's a whole continent called Africa that has almost no coronavirus. Now, why is that? Because it's hot in Africa. Okay, it's not that the Chinese don't go down there; they go down there all the time. They're trying to buy the whole continent. Okay, it's just hot down there. And somebody did a study, and they said, well, heat dissipates the coronavirus. Okay, so as we move into a warmer climate, which we're going to have in the northern hemisphere, what's going to happen is the coronavirus is going to start dissipating, and you're not going to see as much news or anything about that as it gets hotter. So it's not going to have anything to do with what I do, what you do, or what science does. Unfortunately, Mother Nature is going to come in and take care of it in the next couple months. Now, what's the problem? We still have to survive the next several months. And why that's a problem, as you can see, this is a very fast spreading virus. It's not something that goes in, takes some time. The other problem we have is even if we did survive the summer and it dissipates, what's going to happen next year? It comes back. Okay, so it seems to me we have a persistent problem, but having the solutions from the media and from our governments is not like having an expert from the medical field, which would really study this and know this. And my plan is on Friday, we're going to do a go-to-meeting, because that's one thing I know how to do, and bring in some experts. They're in the medical field that really study this, know this, have a better understanding than the media, and frankly, the charges that are led in the United States, which are politicians. I mean, think about it. You have a health problem. What are you going to do? Go see a politician? No, you go see a medical doctor. So who leads the charge here in the United States? Is a medical doctor? No. It's a politician, the vice president of the United States. I mean, this is dumb, but that's been going on for years here. So that's all I have to say about it from a side point of view. So we can move on and find out what's going on in Australia and India.
Well, thank you, Nick. Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on. Ankit, can you share with us a little bit of information that you have learned about the coronavirus and from some reliable resources and share with us some of those?
Yeah. So, as everyone knows, coronavirus is a dangerous, situation for everyone. But we have a lot of problems back in India. I mean, which are more dangerous to coronavirus. We have a pollution level which is next to, what I can describe because the pollution in US might be 15%, and we are facing the same pollution in daily basis more than 300. So pollution is something which is more effective, and it's a continuous process going on year by year. And same goes with food adulteration. But the corona, because of the media hype and because of not much information, the panic button is pressed by media, and everyone is panicking about corona, and everyone thinks that there is no vaccine for corona basically, and that's why they are hesitant to go out and all those things. So we have a very big festival tomorrow, which is Holi, where we celebrate with a lot of colors, and all those Holi festivals banned by the government because we don't have the best practices at how we can save ourselves in front of unknown people, because the Holi we played in group of thousands or maybe lakhs of people under one stadium or under one park or a central park kind of thing. So people are not sure about what to do and how to do basically. And people are using different types of masks, and people are doing a lot of other ways to keep themselves safe. But India is, we are just a couple of weeks away from summers. So everyone is waiting for summers, and when the temperature rises till 95 Fahrenheit, I think everyone is safe. That's what we are thinking here in India, and we are just waiting for summers to come as soon as possible, and that is what the idea is. And then everyone is scared and panic, and no one wants to travel. Everyone is doing work from home. Doctors are also panicking, and they are not seeing all the patients. So it's all panic situation, and there is no clarity from anyone, be it government, be it medical science, be it doctors, be it anyone else.
No,
That is the system idea.
I agree with you, Ankit. I think that there can be an over exaggeration of panic. And but there's a lot of things that people don't know what the coronavirus can do to your body. There's an excellent article on it in the National Geographic online. You can also go to World Health Organization to learn about it, the CDC, and then the National Foundation of Information for Infectious Diseases. So those are some really good government organized organizations. Do you have any in your country that can be of help to people that they can go to?
So one of my friends, he worked with WHO. So I was talking to him the other day, and they have released a lot of knowledge sharing and symptoms and awareness campaigns in India with collaboration to the government and the state governments. One of my friend, he just joined our conversation. He's in India, and he's a mask manufacturer from Delhi basically, and he's doing a lot of mask manufacturing for Corona, and he is also into the the paper industry, where they do a lot of hygiene products, be it napkins, be it kids hanky, be it polyplastic or whatever it is. So Pranay can be a good resource. He'll share more details about it. Pranay, can you?
Namaste to everybody, as this is the safest thing that everybody should use. So not shaking the hands. So that's the first step to avoid the coronavirus. Very hi to everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. So, that's what I have been hearing about you guys. It's something, the coronavirus, which first thing was that the Indians were not expecting like this to come. And even nobody was much more especially for the Europe, what happened in Italy. And it was just a sudden thing, happened, and it's just boom. So the same thing, the people are scared about the coronavirus in India, that it can be multiplied as it has happened in the Europe. And so that is one thing. Second, about as Ankit have been discussing, there's a panic, and as in India, we have a little illiteracy. So still people are not clear about what exactly is it. But I differ a little bit, Duncan. Now today, the government has started, on the ringer tones, they have put the kind of message, short messages that about the coronavirus, those 4-5 things that you have to avoid handshaking, use face mask and all that. So this is, I think, gradually government at the micro and macro level, they're working on it. And I guess in this month, they will be getting deep into the Indian market. Third thing is it's more what we have understand in India, because of it has been, of course, it is contagious, but because of the tourist, or it has been, the people who have been traveling to the infected countries, we are getting it from there. So we are trying to coordinate, and they even, there's an example. There's an Hotel Hyatt. It's a 5-star hotel. So the guys who have been infected, the whole restaurant, the whole people who have been around with them, they have been quarantined for 14, 15 days from the hotel. So things are pretty getting, they are taking control over it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
Yes, they are. Nick, can you let's talk a little bit about the
Kim, panicking is good. Okay, I mean the thing is, let's get real. Everybody goes, "Oh, they're panicking." You better panic. Okay, panic is good. Think about it. A lion comes out of the forest and starts attacking. You go, "Let me think if I should panic or not." No, our survival of the species is we panic and we run. That's what we do. And the thing is, panicking is actually good, because the thing is, this way it makes you take action as opposed to not taking action at all. And there's a lot of people who go, "Well, I'm wondering if I should panic or not, wondering if I should do anything or not." And the thing is, when you look at how fast this thing spreads, you should panic. I'll give you a real story. I went to see my asthma doctor, and this attacks your lungs, by the way. And I'm asthmatic, so this is very near and dear to my heart, which is my lungs. Get it? Anyway, the thing is, okay, and the thing is, it doesn't feel good if you can't breathe. I don't know if anybody had that problem, but if you can't breathe, as I tell people, breathing is fundamental. So when I was in my doctor's office, true story, I told her, I just got back from Italy. You know what she did? She closed the door and she ran out. I was going, "No, wait a minute." Okay, I was in Italy 4 months ago. Oh, that's okay then. Okay, so the thing is, it gives you an idea what the problem is, because in Italy right now, it's spreading very rapidly. The numbers are double. They're quarantining the whole northern end, the Milano area in Venice, where I was at, because they're going, "Look, we can't contain this." And that's a real problem, because if it spreads that rapidly and has that mortality rate, and this is what the projections are, you're going to wipe out 50 million people in India alone. 50 million gone, poof.
Well, one of the things that I found shocking was one of the reliable resources I went to over the weekend just to research. The numbers doubled overnight.
Yeah.
Just literally overnight.
I think it's worse than you think, because remember that the testing kits aren't out. So the thing
Not
is,
yet. I know, and I was at my doctor's office the other day, which, by the way, they recommend you don't go to if you're healthy now.
right.
But I was there, and she's like, "Yeah, we should get our kids in real soon." I'm real excited about it, because even the doctors are afraid to really treat people, because there's really no cure for it. And one of the things, Nick couldn't have said it any better, is they call this ground zero. The other two viruses that are very similar to this was SARS and MERS, which we know killed a lot of people. But ground zero means that it enters the lungs and it ends in the lungs. But there are so many other things that it does to the body that a lot of people are not aware of. It scars the lung tissue so bad because it's got like spurs on it. I'm trying to pull up a picture for you, but I'm having problems. But the spurs will scar the lungs or anything else it touches in your body. And it looks for gateways to get out and go into more areas of the bodies. So it can get to your kidneys, your liver, and all the other parts of your body. And that's why so many people have been dying from it. They don't understand why it happens to some people and it doesn't happen to others. And I think it's just everybody's immune system is developed different. But go ahead, Ankit.
So it's more about immunity. I have spoke to a lot of doctors, every day and now. So people who have good immunity I mean, they are less prone to coronavirus, and people who are suffering from cold and cough, and they do a lot of, physical tests to different public places, and they are not feeling well. That is what the corona attacks basically. So it's more about, it's more about immune yourself in the best appropriate manner. And if you're not feeling well, stay at home and just relax and do whatever you can, but avoid public places. That is what the message they gave it to, because it's difficult for everyone to not to go out and work. I mean, we can't say that don't go and out, because that is not the way we have to fight with coronavirus. But I think people who are not well, I think they should stay home and rest. I mean, things should follow in line, because if we keep on canceling and postponing the bigger events on a larger scale, we are not giving a good message to everyone that we don't have anything to protect. And I think wherever there's a public,
stay home and watch IBM TV for free. It's on web TV. Relax, learn not just from our show, but we're going to be adding movies. Watch a movie, read a book. But something years and years ago, when there was a big virus going around, this isn't new, by the way, folks, and not just corona, there have been other ones, and people were dying, and I was very, very scared, and I was talking to my doctor about it, and he told me, he said, the reason why a majority of the people die from any flu is we don't drink enough water. Our body dehydrates, and we cannot fight the virus off. You need to be drinking a lot of water, expelling and flushing out. That's right, flushing out the system. And something I read in here, it said, keep your area hydrated. Very, very, keep a humidifier going at night when you're sleeping. So I thought this was interesting that I read this in one of the, amazing resources that are out there about what is happening with the coronavirus. It shocked me to learn that we were exceeding 73,000 people. I'm sure it's larger than that.
Yeah.
And they're quarantine ships and hotels. And I think these are good precautions, and to, just make people wait until it's safe for them not having the virus and you can treat them, and wait so that it's safe for other people as well, that you don't spread it to anyone else. Willie, how's it going in Australia? What's it like there? What's the buzz?
I think the fires got rid of all the viruses there, right?
No, no, the fire came a bit too early. There's been a funny incident happening with the coronavirus. We've had a panic buying of toilet paper.
That's I can.
Wow.
You go into the major supermarkets, and the toilet paper rack's empty. The whole lot's gone.
I have a picture for you. This is a picture from UK. We are supplying. We are basically into health and hygiene products, right? And they baby wet wipes, kitchen rolls, and I'm saving the environment basically. So I'm not using those papers. So we are making from cellulose base. So I got a picture from this. Listen, I said, and I was like 10 minutes. I was right. Why people are buying these tissue papers and toilet rolls? What is panic about it? I agree with you. What is the reason? I really don't understand. Why people in Australia are doing this?
Well, let's.
I have no idea.
It's an Australian thing, mate. What can I tell you? The virus comes, you never know when you need to go.
I don't understand that the other two coronaviruses actually have been known to enter the intestines and cause severe stomach problems and diarrhea. Very, very severe. That's why you should drink lots and lots of water.
Okay.
Down under, what they do is they go, I forget that water, it stays there. Forget the hand washing, it sits there. Oh, grab that toilet paper. Let's go get it. You never know when you need that.
You should when you drink water, make that you should be lukewarm water. Have some lemon drops with some tulsi in it. Tulsi leaves, that's really. And if it is a copper bottle, your immune system will be much more. So I advise everybody, and it is proven Ayurveda, because as Miss was telling about these, you have to dehydrate. So you have to flush yourself, and the lemon works like a vitamin C. The tulsi is also, it's an antioxidant. The lukewarm water is always good for the body. So this is a very, very good thing to drink and splash yourself.
Oh,
And I think you can add
Awesome.
turmeric and lemon as well, because turmeric is
Yes.
also a natural antibiotic, and lemon with
Yes.
hot water, that would work basically. So whatever gives you a natural immune system, or whatever detox your body and gives you more immunity, you should follow that. And these are all Indian Ayurveda. I mean, what we do on regular basis.
Right.
Yeah. And you know the reason they're scared about the coronavirus here in the United States. Okay, you guys are all thinking about lemons and water and hydrating. We eat junk food. That's what it is here, baby. So we consume all this junk food. We're heavy set. And so the thing is, and we have horrible immune systems. So of course we're panicking here, is because of all the bad habits that we have here. And I remember when I was in Italy, everybody was in fine shape and they're getting it hard. Well, what's going to happen when the coronavirus comes here when people aren't in good shape? And we have a 40% people here are obese. I mean, it becomes a real problem. And I think that's the thing that scares the people here in the United States, is that we have some serious deficiencies here, and it can have a huge mortality, a negative mortality in the U.S. So it's a very scary thing.
You know, I was reading somewhere as well that to help prevent it, you know, the healthier foods that we eat, but exercising, they say you really need to continuously exercise. And I think that just also helps you get rid of all the impurities out of your body by sweating them out, drinking lots and lots of water. I mean, I know that people can just dehydrate and die. I met a gentleman who played football, and he dehydrated so much that he actually died on the football field. He had a heart attack. They revived him, but he can never play again. But it was from pure dehydration. So I think, you know, the lemon juice, I do that actually every day. I try to put lemon juice in my water. And I've noticed in the past 2 years that my immune system actually has gone up. I'm not sick as much. I actually feel happier and healthier. That might just be because I'm out doing more things, but the lemon is good. And I like it. I like the taste of lemon and no sugar. So I'm a sour person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, Ankit, what is the spread of coronavirus in India right now? It isn't as bad as in China, is it?
Right now, the count is 45.
45.
I just got the news that 45 is the count of, the people who have been quarantined to different places. But the best part is that we have cured three guys from Kerala who visited some part of China maybe a couple of weeks back, and they are, they are free from coronavirus. And we use different methods. That's what I told you at the last time, because there are multiple vaccines, but doctors are not sure which vaccine is for corona. So they are treated in different ways according to the symptoms. And then, after testing, after 14 days or 15 days, they are free from corona.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I mean, it's also hotter than India than it is in China, right?
So India, the climate is different in different regions. So I'm from North India. So right now the climate is like around 70 Fahrenheit. But if you go to southern part of India, it's above 95. So very few cases in South India, but most of the cases are in North India.
Right. Well, that's what I'm thinking, because one scientist said it could be heat related, that breaks down the coronavirus and that's one reason, if we're able to delay it long enough, we get into the summer months. And most people live in the northern hemisphere. I hate to tell the people down under that, but they live in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so what happens as it gets hotter, it'll tame down this coronavirus, and I think I believe actually that is what's going to happen. At least the geographic map that I read, as you're in Africa and you're in warmer climates, there tends to be very little, if any, coronavirus issues. As you move toward the northern end, and even Italy. Look, it's northern Italy, not southern Italy. It's getting it. France getting it. But I think what you're going to see is that. And of course, if you're going to transport it, because you get it in China and you go to India, or you get it in China, you go to Africa somewhere, you transport it. You are the person who's carrying the virus, but you may not be able to give it away because of the weather. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, but go check the map out on Africa. You find very little, but it's hot.
I think what we should do with maybe with WHO, that people who are quarantined from corona, we have to pass them to Africa.
Oh yeah, they go to Africa. Right, there we go.
All the people who are there, if you talk about the count around the world, so maybe around 10,000 or maybe 20,000, whatever the number is. So if we pass them to a continent in Africa, I think we are good to go.
There you go. Because the thing is, they can't infect people there. Yes, Willie.
How is it in Australia?
What?
Excuse me, what was that?
Or any sub-Sahara country with the hot, close to a desert climate, and that should be able to contain it.
Right.
They say extreme cold. That's why they keep the hospitals cold. That viruses cannot multiply in the cold environment. I'm not quite sure about corona.
No,
Yes,
this one is reverse, I think.
I think corona has the opposite effect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So aside of panic buying that's hit toilet paper, the Australian count, the Australian count is quite low. We're in midsummer now, and I'm going to assume that we've had a few days where we've had really high 30 plus temperatures, and that's been really warm. And so this spill-off from that is the spreading of the virus is not that much. Having said that, we've had a secondary school and a kindergarten that's in lockdown mode because one of the pupils in the secondary school tested positive, and one of the kids in the kindergarten, but they're from the same family, so that's why they've been put into lockdown mode.
Yeah, but they also say that if you're younger, you don't tend to die from it. It goes in, goes out, and there's no problem. The problem as you get older, when you have immune systems that aren't perfect, as you get older, that happens. That's where the mortality goes skyrocketing. So it really affects older people with immune systems that are compromised. And that's a huge growing population in Japan, as we all know, and in the United States, and obviously in China. So the thing is, it becomes a real problem. And somewhere the containment or quarantine thing, here's the thing we're going to find out in the next couple months. Is it going to work? In other words, everybody says we're going to quarantine people, we're going to contain it. And I think we're going to know in the next couple months, maybe even in the next couple weeks. So far, the data we're getting isn't good. In other words, they're not containing anything. It's just spreading. And so the thing is that it keeps spreading. This is where you're going to run into very large mortality. And I think this is where the panic button is pressed right now. And I can tell you, flying in planes, how are you going to avoid getting that virus on you? Or if you're on a cruise ship, are you kidding me? I've been on cruise ships and go on planes. You're going to catch what everybody else has. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Well, here's the other thing, and Nick, you probably couldn't have hit the nail on the head a little bit better. In the U.S., we're not really concerned too much either about the virus itself, but how much money it's costing us, not just to cure it, but how much it has impacted our economy from being able to get our.
By the way, hold that thought there, because the market right now is down 1,466 points. You see that? Okay. Now in the United States, it's all about the dollar. It doesn't matter. Yeah, lives are important, but let me tell you, the market falling 1,400 tells me that they haven't contained it, because the people in the market know that this thing is a real problem, going down 1,400 points already today. So if you want to see how bad the coronavirus is, all you do is follow the Dow every day. Okay.
I'll give you a fact check that if you talk about the global markets, including NASDAQ and all those, Shanghai and India and all those things, so the average downfall of all the market is more than 18% since the corona hit.
Yeah,
so
the Dow is global. I mean, as you know, Ankit, Microsoft has more, IBM has more people in India than they do in the United States working there. So whenever you look at any of these large corporations, they're global today. So when you see the stock market fall, it's a global stock market, the Dow. And right now it's down 1,400 points as of today, which when I was reading the data yesterday, I was going, it's going to fall. I mean, all I have to do is look at the data. If you're going to double the amount of people every day that have coronavirus, You're going to watch the market continually fall. It'll be in a free fall until they solve this problem, or believe that they've solved the problem. In other words, that there's containment mitigation where there's a stoppage. Now, I believe this is like the fires in Australia. We're not going to solve the problem. They didn't solve those problems of fires in Australia. Here comes the big storm, and it puts out all the fires, and then the fires are solved. Well, our big storm is the warm weather coming. That's what's going to solve it. Medicine, I don't think is going to have another solution. They said we'll have an antivirus sometime next year. Okay, so we'll eventually solve that.
If you following
the
the China,
reason why we don't have some medication for it or an antivirus or a solution is this has been a series going on for years. The SARS, the MERS, and now this. And it's because we spend all of our money putting out the fire. And once it's out, and the problem fixed, we don't continue researching to find the preventive medicine for it. And that is probably one of the biggest problems that we have had, is that we stop investing in this as soon as it seems to be.
By the way, that's absolutely true. The thing is, everybody loves their doctor that they go see. Okay, the doctor's great, the doctor is, but the reality of it, the people that are doing the work are MD, PhDs who you never see. They're sitting in some back office somewhere and they're researching everything. They develop these antivirus and then they send them out to the MDs who go, oh, this is what I should give to my clients. I mean, that's the realities of it. So the thing is, it's the research labs that actually have the solution to it. And I'm going to try to get some of them on IBM TV, but it's really hard. First of all, you got to go find them because they sit in little cubby holes researching things all the time. And then you got to get them on TV. Well, that's a good one too.
Good one.
Okay, so yeah, good.
So I'll tell you about a conspiracy theory. I had a conversation with someone offline, and they told me, which I'm not able to believe, and I can't digest basically. They said that a lot of pharmaceutical labs, they create the virus, they release the virus, and then they create those vaccines maybe beforehand, and then those vaccines are available on the pharmacy shops. So suppose there is a flu season, so they, purposely spread that flu, and then you have to buy that medicine to make things running, because you can avoid. You can avoid. Drinking Diet Coke or maybe pizzas and all, but you can't avoid medicine if you're not feeling well. So they create those viruses and those situations, and then they release those medicines. That's how they do it.
Well, there's another problem is that they have to do these clinical trials. Okay, now you could have a solution already sitting there in an MD PhD's room. Seriously, sitting there right now that cures it. But it has to go through clinical trials, and that takes time. You got to find people that are infected. You got people who are not infected. You have to divide them into groups. You have to pass at least here, the FDA clearance. And then finally, we're going to give you approval or not, which is traditionally a 3-year process.
I don't want to be a guinea pig.
But if you're following the news from China, so what China government said that they have started working on the vaccines. Vaccines of coronavirus will be out in April without clinical trials. And they start using they start selling to everyone else without the trials. Right. Because of the situation.
Let's take a vote here. How many of us think that they should go through a lot of trials, or should they just go ahead and start using these? Let's take a vote. Should we just go ahead and start using the medicine? No. All those in favor, raise your hand.
My point is that if it's coming from China, I'm a little scared that whether we should do it or not. If it's
coming from India, the United States, Australia, we're all okay, buddy. Go ahead and do it. If it comes from China,
I agree. Really,
I tell you,
some of our home remedies in our countries. What are some of your home remedies that you find help with the flus and the viruses?
The flus, what I've used previously when I'm down with flus and colds is using eucalyptus oil on the sole of my foot and wearing a socks on top of that. And that sustains you for the night, because the temperatures between the day and night is quite extreme. Sometimes they can be at 10, 15 degrees difference. So that's what I've used.
Yeah, in the USA, we just go out and get our eucalyptus plant, right? You guys have all the koala bears over there, so you can grab those plants away and squeeze them out of all those poor koala bears, and they start. But see, here we don't have that.
Like for the daily, of course, I'm a natural Ayurvedic guy, and I've been into the recycling. I love environment. So there are a lot of things which we are using as a part. Early morning, we are drinking the coconut water because even when on the regular basis, when I get the temperature, so 2 days I don't take any Tylenol or paracetamol or anything. I just try to, because our body, the God has made our body such, it's a big science. And we everything which happens, we get the temperature. So what I always drink today I'm drinking the coconut water, having my copper bottles in my office in the car, putting the lemon, putting the tulsi, ginger, and little bit of camphor in it. We are using those, if we have the flu, we use the jalneti, that nose, getting the water. So these are the basic remedies, and just have some multivitamins. You have to be strong, because what we have seen in the current coronavirus, it's the people who have the immune system, and they are like 80 plus, 70 plus, 60 plus. So these are the things which we take. There's plus, as I think they are the precautions we have to just take, like mask, as we are making the mask also here, right? So I'm trying to give them a good one, because what is happening, people in here back in India, they are just trying to, even they are using a cotton mask, which is much more prone, because the cotton is a natural base, so the activation of in this cotton is much more faster than these surgical ones.
Yeah, you're so right. They need the proper masks, because a lot of the masks, the virus just goes right through the mask.
Right, right.
And all that is, it's fake. In other words, hey,
Like,
we feel
somebody,
like protecting
my guy, one of my friend, oh, I got this, and the N95s and all these, with the panic everybody's buying. Even they don't know this is not N95. Somebody have just stamp on it N95. That's good to go.
Well, you know what? That's the reason they're buying all the toilet tissue in Australia.
Yeah.
Make it a mask and sell it for double the price. I mean,
So we are also just trying to, of course, I will be blocking, because I was so much busy. I will start my blocking in next 1 week about the environment, single-use plastic, and of course, the current is the coronavirus. So we are trying to educate them. This is a disposable, use for 2 days. N95, microwave your mask, or you put in the sunlight. You should not use the mask daily. You should have 2 or 3 masks, use alternate days. So these are the basic things which we have to cultivate, and everywhere, so that they are using a protective gear, but that is much more harmful than without using it.
Right.
So can you play the video? I just wanted to play this video. I've already shared the link.
Oh, all right, Kenny, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's see. I've never shared a link with anyone. I'm not banning you. Go ahead. I think you click share. Can you share?
Okay.
I think you just take it.
Can you see?
There you go. There you go. There we go. And we're up.
That worked.
Yeah.
Why not?
I wanted to share that. I mean, these are the. People.
There we
people
go.
are-
The lungs are ground zero.
I'm very sensitive to this issue, by the way. Breathing is fundamental. I can tell you that, right?
So no, this is the article I think that I love to read about. What does the coronavirus do to the body? Right, and your lungs are ground zero. They know that this is where the virus generally enters, is the lungs.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with it. Okay, and what happens? You can't breathe, and then you die. This is
No. It doesn't do that. It turns your lungs into a honeycomb because
that
it
makes it even more fun.
scars your lungs. But the
Right.
scarring is also a form of defending your body. And so if you've got some scars, your body's defending itself. The other thing I learned is we all hate that mucus, right? That article is my favorite. The mucus is actually protecting your body from the coronavirus. It's moist. The coronavirus I don't know that it dies in it, but it comes out of the body. So you don't want other people around you, but it's actually the mucus is defending your body. And they say you want the mucus. The symptoms that they give you scare me because they're symptoms I have every day of my life because I have a rare disease. So when I go visit my doctor now, they go, do you have joint pain? Do you have coughing? Do you have sneezing? Is it difficult to breathe? Are you tired? They go down this list and I go, that's why I came to see you.
There's a simple test which we have learned from one of the my cousin. Like he says, hold your breath for 10 seconds, if 15 seconds, and 20 seconds. If there is no choking, you're good to go. That's a simple test.
Okay.
I'm good.
We'll give that a shot. Asthmatics
Yeah.
that have compromised immune systems and lungs to begin with have a problem with that one. But and I think that's where it's going to attack. It's mainly it'll be the people that are older and have compromised immune systems, and they end up dying. The young people, they're going to live through this, and that's just kind of like the way it is.
Well, that's interesting you say that. If you read the article, they say that they recognize, and it doesn't mean it can't get into a child or a child cannot be a carrier, but they've recognized it does not impact children ages 9 and under.
Really, but see, they can carry it. See, that's the real.
That's
problem.
what I mean. They doesn't mean they can't be a carrier.
Exactly, they can be a carrier, and so what happens is that all the kids, they're not getting sick. Look, and they all go together, and they come out, they hug their parents and their grandparents.
After all, they are human beings. They are human beings. They are not.
Yeah.
They are not aliens. So of course they are carriers, and we, that's one. Yeah, that's a very point because I'm from the mask industry. There's a problem with the mask, especially I have 2 sons, and I especially made the mask for them, a small size which is fitting to their nose, because generally everybody have the mask, but the mask for the kids, it's an issue here.
Right. Well, it's all back
in US and Australia, I think there's a scarcity of masks, there is scarcity of the sanitizers, there's scarcity of the hand soap. So there's one of the things that everybody is ignoring the kids. That's an issue.
Yeah.
Even
we have to look at this movie that Stephen King did called Children of the Corn. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
They go out and they kill all the parents. Well, now they have this new Children of the Corn. The kids carry all the diseases and they kill all their parents. I mean, it's going to be quite a simple thing that's going to happen.
I think we should.
I watched Outbreak last night. With I can't even remember, but Outbreak was a famous movie that came out many years ago, and it's a little more intense about what a virus can do to you and the masses of people that it can, and it spreads so fast and everybody dies, within hours. Something people don't understand about this particular virus is you're not going to see a symptom for 4 weeks. So for 4 weeks, you could be carrying the virus in you, and then it impacts somebody else. In 4 weeks, by the time you see the symptom, I hate saying it, but they say it's almost too late. So the key thing to do is just like you 2 guys were talking about in India and what Willie's talking about is just do those healthy practices every day and try to keep your immune system built up, right? They say wash your hands. I don't think you can wash your hands enough. Praying, you're in the mask industry. We know that that's not 100%, but at least you feel safer, right?
Guys, it's the top of the hour. So I have to go.
Okay. Yeah, it's top of the hour, so I guess we need to wrap up.
I have to go.
I just want to make the last statement that
give us a little update. Go ahead.
if you can't buy the sanitizer, I mean, there are a lot of natural ways to create your own sanitizer at home. So if you have a rubbing alcohol or if you have aloe vera gel, you just have to mix it with water, and that's it. I mean, sanitizer
just
ready.
with a little bit of glycerin.
Add some kind of tree essential oils or maybe cinnamon oil or something which is natural, and then just put it with water and just leave it for around 10-15 hours, and then your sanitizer is ready.
I'm a big fan of oil of clove, but it really smells very strong. But I think viruses hate it because it stinks so bad. But I'm a big fan of it because it's an anesthetic that they use for years in the mouth. That's that weird smell you used to smell in the dentist's office. But there are all these home remedies. Eucalyptus, which helps open the pores and keeps you breathing healthy. The lemon, if you're going to make the gel, squeeze some lemon in it because then it smells good too, right? So yeah, mint oils. Mint makes you feel calm and relaxed. I think we're so stressed nowadays, we open ourselves up to a lot of viruses. Anybody else have any other updates before we close off?
Well,
Keep yourself safe.
Go ahead.
yeah, it's the update is that the one is that I just wanted to make sure that everybody, if we have to just tell everybody, don't panic, and just have the regular remedies, home remedies, take the precautions and the gears. That's the one which will, and avoid going to the places. So and we have to take as a we are ending, we have to take this coronavirus serious, because here in India, US, Australia, there is a mixed opinion about it. So, certain people think, oh, it's okay, fine, I'm okay, So that's not, because that's a responsibility for every human on the earth, that with our carelessness, we can causing the trouble for a lot of people. So we have to just take care of it. Just take the precautions that it's just that the last message is the last but not the least, that you are helping yourself, and if you're not helping yourself, you're killing the other people around you.
Absolutely.
So that's it.
Absolutely.
I agree. And that's, I think, something, you're right. Everybody says I'm okay, but if you're really carrying it for 4 weeks, you might not be okay. Take that extra precaution. I say err on the side of ridiculous. Somebody told me the other day, Kim, don't be ridiculous. You need to go. And I say err on the side of ridiculous is a lot better than infecting someone and then their families. It's going to be like social media. It's going to spread very fast. And
Absolutely.
Kim, you're our executive producer of the Health Channel. Do you have any other input for us?
So I'm in touch with a lot of doctors and healthcare practitioners. So we are trying to do regular updates on daily basis in terms of coronavirus globally, and let's see what else we can do on daily basis to create more awareness and to keep everyone safe. And it's still a beautiful world, and we have to, just be united and help each other to, live a good life.
That's right. Live a good life.
Good luck to you.
And
Yeah,
anything
great.
else, Willie?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, hold on just a second. I want to put up a banner. So if anyone's got any information that's new or groundbreaking about coronavirus, you can email us at GoLive, GOLIV, at IBM.TV, not TC. Hold on just a minute, folks, and I'll get that. I'm doing these live, so occasionally we're going to have some oops.
No problem.
But let's go live, GOLIV, at IBM.TV. Please join us. In the future, we'll be adding people into the conversation from around the world. We are IBM.TV's Board of Advisors, trying to bring you more information from around the world, universal information that is educational, fun, and informative and healthy. And thank you for joining us on IBM TV. And I'm going to try real quick to, if you guys bear with me a second.